Hi, happy Thursday to y'all. I'm so excited. I got Sevi, our grandson, over here today. Can you just come here and just say hi? He said, no, he won't do it. Anyway, he's a sweetheart and he's so cute. And he's just turned 17. And anyway, so he came over today to help me video a recipe that I learned when I was in California visiting friends about 3 weeks ago. Randy and I have some dear friends that had moved to Northern California and we knew them from our church there in Pasadena. And so anyway, they had invited us to come up and see their new place and outside of Redding, I think it is. So anyway, we went up there for a few days and Kathy made this while we were there. And I have to tell y'all, I just absolutely fell in love with it. She had this on one night and she was prepared to fix New York strip steaks on the next night. I went, no, Kathy, I don't. Just put those in the freezer. Let's have more of this, because she had a lot of it left over from the previous night. She made so much of it. So we had this 2 nights in a row and I could have eaten 3 nights in a row. But it was delicious. It was so easy. And I said, why haven't you ever fixed this for us before? And she went, I can't believe I didn't. But anyway, she said, well, my goodness, I have been making this since like the 70s. So I just fell in love, like I said, with it. And I have not been able to make it because we just got a barbecue pit fixed. Randy had to build the whole inside of the barbecue pit, and he just finished that Saturday. So we can grill now, and so that's why I thought this would be the first video that I would make. It's been quite a while. In fact, Sevi and I were just talking about that. I don't think I've really made one. You haven't been over here to do one since we moved in 5 months ago. I did make one Monday, and I just deleted it. It was awful. I didn't do a good job. I always need Sevi or Randy, and anyway, I tried to do it by myself, and it just didn't work well. So anyway, so Sevi's over here today. I told him, I said, you have to come over before you start school and do a couple of videos. So he was very sweet and willing to do that. So, Sevi, did you get a picture of this while ago, honey? Before... Okay, yeah. Sevi took a picture of it, but I have to tell y'all, I did buy some flank steak last night at Kroger, and it was just too small. Anyway, so I did go ahead and prepare one beforehand, so we didn't have to wait 2 hours, because you have to marinate this for 2 hours. And I wanted to go ahead and have one ready so we could throw it on the grill and show y'all what it looks like. Plus, I'm going to send some home with Sevi for he and his dad to have for dinner tonight. But all you do is take your flank steak. Now, I did stop at Tom Thumb a while ago and get a bigger flank steak. And Kathy, I had noticed, she let hers get to room temperature. So I left this out of the refrigerator a while ago when I left for a few minutes to get it not so cold. And I thought maybe that helps to fold it up. I don't know why she does that. I didn't ask her. But anyway, and then she also she squeezes lemon juice all over it to help tenderize it. And I've got 2 lemons cut up here, so we'll squeeze the lemon juice on it. And then she put garlic powder, not garlic salt, because the soy sauce is going to have so much salt in it, you don't need any salt. So I'm going to just put some garlic powder. I did get some of this magic seasoning that's salt-free, so I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that, and lemon pepper, and then line the bacon up on it. Now, Kathy, like I said, she forgot to fry it that night. It worked beautifully. She said normally she fries it a little bit, but because this is a pretty thin, like I said, I had the butcher put it through the tenderizer. It's pretty thin, so I don't even think I'm going to have to fry this bacon a little bit. She just does it where it's not crispy at all. It's just kind of, what's the word you use when you order your bacon, Sevi? Like just pretty...
Yeah,
put it.
soft.
I mean, just very soft. Yeah. So anyway, so I think I'm just gonna not fry it at all and just use it like that. But anyway, all we do is we squeeze the lemon, which let me do that now. Kathy used about 2 to 3 lemons, but hers was a bit bigger piece also. And there's a seed. No matter how hard I try, y'all, I just cannot figure out how to do these videos by myself. So I think I'm not going to try anymore. I'm just going to wait for Sevi to come over here and do it, because he does such a good job. In fact, I told him the other day, the video he took of the, wasn't it the perfect chocolate chip cookie you did? That had more views than anything I've ever done, literally. And so I thought, okay, he knows what he's doing. So I'm just going to let him do them from now on. So there's the squeezed lemons. There's a seed I'll take out. Putting some garlic powder, not salt. You don't want garlic salt. And a little bit of lemon pepper. I love the flavor of lemon pepper when you have bacon. And then I am going to put just a little bit of this. It has seasonings. Let's see, what is it? Onion, chilies, bell peppers, a little bit of brown sugar, garlic, paprika, spices, vinegar powder. So I don't know what the spices they have in it, but I love the flavor of this. We've been using it for steaks and chicken. Okay, and now the bacon. I was telling Sebby a while ago, we went to eat breakfast a couple of Sundays ago, and we went to a new place called Maple Bacon. Have you been there yet, honey? And on the menu, they had this dish, and I don't remember what it was called, but the dish had a pound of bacon in it. And when Sebby was little and growing up, that's about all he ate. Every time he came over, I fried a pound of bacon for him, and you pretty much ate it all, didn't you, honey? Yeah. So you'll have to go eat breakfast there one morning.
All right.
He just got his first car a couple of months ago when he turned 17, and it's really pretty. It's a real pretty blue color, and it's a manual. Is that what you manual? So he learned on a manual, which that was, I guess, my first car too, was a manual. It was a little Toyota. Okay, so then we're going to roll this up, starting at the long end. The bacon is on it. There's a roll. And Kathy cut hers in about 1.5 inch slices, so I'm going to do the same thing. A friend of mine wrote me this morning from California, and she had finally watched Brenda Gant. I know I talk about her all the time, but I have to tell y'all, this lady knows how to cook. She is amazing. I love her. I just love her southern dishes. And she had made a cabbage casserole a few months ago, and I made it. And my goodness, it was so good. I've made it several times, and everybody that's had it has absolutely loved it. And so my friend in California finally saw it, and she wanted to know if it was good. And I said, oh my goodness, yes, it's a great casserole. It's just, and it was so easy. I loved it. So we've had it, like I said, probably 4 or 5 times already. And I don't know why you couldn't use other things like squash or, I don't know, any kind of grain like that. Like cabbage, you could probably use, and it would be just as good. Okay, this flank steak made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slices. And I remember Kathy asking us how well we liked our beef, and I think both of us said medium well. And I wasn't outside when her husband put them on the grill, but all I know is they turned out amazing. They were so good. They were perfect. And you can see the bacon rolled up in there. So she just inserted a toothpick in them to where they wouldn't come unrolled. And we're going to sprinkle the soy sauce over them. Now, Kathy had like a Tupperware bowl that she could turn upside down after marinating for an hour. She said, try not to marinate them longer than an hour because the salt in the soy sauce will just make it too salty. So she only does them for 2 hours. And, okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take this soy sauce and sprinkle it over it. Actually, I'm not sprinkling, I'm pouring it. She did too. She had it really about going halfway up the steak, the sides of the steak. And then she turned it over for the second hour and did the other half. So what I'm going to do is just cover this up. And then in an hour, I'll turn them over. Okay, this is the steak that I did this morning. I went ahead and got it ready. You can tell how little it was. That's why I went into the store and got another one, because all Kroger had was 2 little ones about this size, and I wanted the larger one. So anyway, I went ahead and did the same thing to these that I just did to the larger one, but they're ready actually now to pour on the grill. They've been marinating about 2 hours. I had already turned them over after an hour, so they're ready to throw on the grill. So Sevy will go out and light the grill and get it ready, and then we'll go outside and watch them cook for a few minutes and then come back with the finished product. Well, Randy took off for a few minutes and went outside, lit the barbecue pit for us, which we kind of didn't trust ourselves to do it, because since it was all new insides, I wanted to be sure it didn't blow up when we tried to light it, and it didn't. It worked. Anyway, here are the little medallions that we had from that little flank steak that we did. We cooked it 5 minutes per side, and I brought the little bitty one in a while ago to try it, and it really tastes so good. I was telling Randy that the bigger the one that we got at Tom Thumb today will be probably better, just because the guy ran it through the what do you call it, Sevy?
Tenderizer.
The meat tenderizer machine thing. And so it'll be a little more tender than this one, but the flavor is amazing. And I'll just show y'all. Let me get a fork here. They're so cute. They stay together because of the toothpicks. But the bacon gives it such a good flavor. It's really, really hot today, guys. It's so humid. And so I'm so glad Randy went out to light it for us. But and here's a bite of it. It's so good. We're going to have that tonight with baked potatoes, sliced tomatoes, fresh tomatoes we got at Farmer's Market on Saturday morning, and with basil and mozzarella cheese, and probably that's about it tonight. This is delicious. You saw how easy it was to prepare. Do yourself a favor. Go get a flank steak. Make it this weekend. It's delicious. And like I said, I mean, how much easier it has lemon juice, soy sauce, garlic, and you saw the spices we put on. And we were done in what, less than 15, 20 minutes, Evie, after you marinate it for a couple of hours. So I hope you enjoy it. And it was fun seeing y'all again and being back on video. Thank you, Sevy, for coming over. Appreciate it. And we'll see you next video. Bye. Sevy always reminds me, I tend to forget to tell y'all about Sassy Southern on YouTube, and that's where the videos are located. Plus the blog is Chocolate Castles, and then also the book is 'Tis So Sweet, the new one that came out in December, and it is all desserts. But do yourself a favor, before you make one of those good desserts, make the flank steak, watch the YouTube video to see how easy it is, and you'll have a great weekend menu. Thank y'all. Bye.